Started on the mound. Hub. He really had the fastball riding. It's hard to get on top of it. It was good to see him throw as many strikes as he did. He didn't have the breaking ball early on. We kept going to it. Jimmy did a good job there to get that back into his arsenal. And big inning is what this program's always been about. We get them on base, and we had a couple there in the middle part of the game to kind of break it open. So all in all, it was a good day. I thought a couple guys, which I just discussed with the team, that every at bat matters the same. And sometimes when games get out of hand, you got to be mature enough to stay, because they all count the same. You want to be an All-American? Well, you can't give away at bats, and it's important. So, got to be ready to go tomorrow. It's a good club we're playing. Things got away from them.
How much of Bryce's success comes from the hard work he does with metrics and on the analytical side of the game?
Yeah. He throws a ball that it's I don't know if y'all want to get into all this stuff, but it's interesting. It's fascinating stuff, because you had the tale of two different guys. They're guys throwing a ball that generally, when they have run to it, it's also going to have sink. His didn't have that. That's why we were really struggling with that, because you rarely run into, the straight horizontal. There's nothing. It's almost like it rides and, rises and fades on you. Bryce is just a straight, high spin rate, rise ball, if you will. And, their left hand was doing a number on us, because, again, generally you're counting on and we were swinging over the top of it. And it's hard to swing over the top of fastballs. And it's hard to get on top of Bryce's ball, because it's got such spin on it, and extension and vertical rise that, that's why he throws so many fastballs.
Coach, this might be too detailed off the top of your head, but do you know the vertical break numbers and the vertical approach angle that he is working with?
That Hub is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, golly, I get him and Messick confused. Messick doesn't have the extension that Hub does. And so that's the other thing when you look at it. Jameis Winston was the first one that I remember back in the day that had unbelievable extension. And they didn't have any of this. We just were like, it just feels like it jumps on you. And, Paul Wilson threw a low spin rate, just a bowling ball. Davis Hare throws that kind of ball. I can't remember which one's which, but they're both extremely difficult. And when you mix in other stuff, and then you get the fastball, and you're trying to chase the top of the ball, but it's really hard. That's why you look at his fly ball outs to ground ball outs. It's crazy. The ball's never put on the ground with Hub.
Coach, talk about Toral. I think we see why you brought him in here today with that. That was a nice home run. That kind of broke the game open.
Jim, that's the way you used to hit him, right?
Yeah, right. One time.
No, he did. He put together a good AB, got his pitch. They were working him pretty good, and that obviously gave us some breathing room. He's going to hit a pile of home runs, and the thing that really excited me a while back was he got one opposite field. Because he's got to be careful. Like that AB that he struck out on, he swung a horrible fastball up because he was thinking, I'm gonna pull this thing, and he can't do it. That screen can make you or break you. That's why I feel like we've developed right-handed hitters here better than we have left-handed hitters. The right-handed hitters will take the short route. Some of them lefties want to get out there, so we'll keep working with him on that.
In the second inning, Alex kind of brought all the hitters together, I think, to talk about just what their opposing pitcher was doing, and it seemed like everybody was locked in on what he was saying. How much has he meant to that locker room, especially the hitters around him?
Yeah, he's going to get into professional baseball, as well he should. But if things don't work out, I'd hire him in a heartbeat. He is literally a coach on the field. He's knowledgeable. He knows what he's talking about. His delivery's good. It's not insulting. It's, there's so many different things that he brings to the table. And, the guys enjoy the heck of, being around him. And, the older guys came back, there's a bunch of them here. The big leaguers, throughout the first pitch, but there's a ton of them. They're like, he is one cool dude. I never dreamed that guy was as kind and, gentle giant, if you will, as he is. Great addition.
Did you know that when you were recruiting him and bringing him in?
Well, he was an early Miami commit, so it really wasn't a whole lot of, recruiting. Now, once it went into the portal, we did our homework, and Mike was on the phone, Jimmy, me, calling everybody we knew down there. What do you got? And everybody said exactly what he has turned out to be. Just a special human being.
How beneficial was it today just to get everybody out there that's a position player?
Yeah, that's always good. Get those feet wet and get that heart beating, and it's, every time you do it, it makes it easier the next time. And, I saw some good things. Some guys got a little sped up, but that's to be expected. The more times you do it, the better off you're going to be.
Coach, was the plan always to go 5 with Hubbard today, or did the lead and the long break after that?
Yeah, we were going to go one more, but he's sitting over there for too long, and he gets sometimes a little cramp in his calf, in his left calf when he pitches, and he had that going. And once I heard that, I said, that's it. So get them young pups in there.
Joe Charles came out, had a good inning. I know he's kind of Jimmy's pet project, for lack of a better term.
Oh yeah.
What's it been like just to see him have an inning where he's in control like he was today?
He's been the last 5 times out, seen a real improvement with him. Jimmy took out the wind up out of the mix. This is what we're going to do, and it's just been a steady, increase in strikes, and that's what we had to have. He's got a big time arm with a hammer breaking ball, and he can be real valuable, to help us get us out some jams and strike some people out.
How happy were you to see Connor get in and out of that jam and keep his composure the way he did?
Yeah, he's going to be. He's the opposite. He's the sinker slider, and we wanted to get him out because he's got a chance to be our 5th starter. He's got a chance to get a lot of innings. So, the earlier the better. And we'll bounce some guys back that we use on Friday for tomorrow, and again, keep them fresh, keep them sharp.
Mike, what's kind of stood out to you about the top of the lineup? Obviously had a good game yesterday, but really showed out today.
Yeah, it's encouraging. The guys, the Reese Alberts, Isaiah Perry, accepting their roles that are their roles right now. It doesn't mean that it's set in stone for the rest of the year, but very, very pleased with the dugout. There's a lot to be said about the temperament of the dugout, and guys that aren't involved or hurt or whatever, because it's going to take all of us. We got to all be pulling the same way.
After what Baz went through last year, just how happy were you to see him get out on the field and get hit?
Yeah, they went crazy when he got back in the dugout. Poor guy's been through a lot, and he might need to buy that guy dinner in right field, but it was good. It was really refreshing, and he needed to put a smile on his face, and he had a big old smile.
Coach, you said that you wanted to see an improved defense this year. If they keep striking everybody out, you're not going to know whether they can field the ball or not. But
and that'll work just fine. It's, we're going to strike some folks out. But when we get into league play and people have more data and more stuff that they can use, the ball is going to be put in play. But we're going to keep repping it and keep working on our shifts and just doing everything you can to beat people in different ways. We got to be multifaceted.
I think you guys had five at-bats where you had two strikes and you produce a run on those swings, and they're not necessarily hard-hit balls, but just battling. Just how happy have you been to see that fight at the plate, especially with 2 strikes?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of guys, really. You see that, this is for my teammates. This is, the way it's got to be. Whether you look ugly and get jammed, and who cares? We got to, our contact rate's got to be where it needs to be. And, we got to get some guys healthy and get some, guys kind of clicking, if you will. But all in all, I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.